and welcome to the podcast where we share stories and speeches. Because here we believe what we say matters. You matter. During the summer, I went on a trip to Hawaii with my best friend, and today I'm going to be sharing some of my favorite and funniest Hawaii stories. Now, before we jump right to it, I would like to start off with the saying, life is beautiful. I get it. For me, today was not a great day. Yesterday was actually a really hard day for me. This week was a really hard week. And honestly, I know that I'm really privileged. But I struggle, you struggle, everyone struggles. There are so many unfair and awful things happening in the world. But that just means we need to work really extra hard to really find that beautiful. And I just wanted to remind everyone, because it's there, I promise you. I saw it in Hawaii. Hope you enjoy! I would first like to introduce my best friend. Drum roll! Sorry, I don't think she wants her name said online. But I've known her for a really long time, and last summer, we really became really close friends, and I think this trip really tested our friendship. So, I'm gonna go in chronological order. First, I'm gonna tell you about the fruit stand. Now, the fruit stand, well, things are a bit different in Hawaii than they are in the States. But we were going camping on the first few days, and we passed by this fruit stand, and no one was manning it. It was just out in the open, and basically, you get your fruits, you can just open up the thing, and you just leave money there. And they're really nice fruits. Well, probably not for the locals, but you do not find the fruits here in the States that you find in Hawaii. I thought it was so funny, because if that fruit stand was in Texas, it would have been gone in the first hour. Food gone, money gone. I honestly think it's so beautiful to see what humans are capable of, even if it's something like not ravaging a fruit stand. Next story is at her cousin's place. So her uncle owns this really beautiful home. You can see the volcano and the ocean and all the pretty scenery at once, and it's in a really nice area. Hawaii is just nice everywhere, especially Maui, which is where we stayed. But an issue on Maui is that the closest grocery store is a 30-minute drive away. So we basically don't really have the essentials or what people would consider essential, like silverware and cups, and we basically have to borrow all the things like that. And so a lot of the time we'd be having dinner, we'd make it, and then we'd play songs on Spotify, and then we'd end up eating out of a food strainer. I also have this one picture of the time when her mom put a bigger pot over the small pot to keep the heat in. And I don't know, it's just fun. Another thing we did together while we were at her cousin's place, we played Roblox with her younger cousins, and it was so funny. I have a few clips I can put in here, but yeah. I'm about to die. The final story is about sandals. Well, one sandal. So at night, her cousins invited us to play hide and seek. One of them is 11 and the other one is 9. And so we're chasing each other, and they obviously know the property a lot better than us. So even though we're older, we really didn't have a lot of an advantage. So my friend throws a shoe at the older one and misses, and it falls into a bush, and the shoe is never found again. This bush had a pineapple growing on it. Isn't that cool? Honestly, Hawaii is crazy. We went to this creek, and there's just crawfish crawling around, and the water is nice and cool, and it looks natural. It's not Houston water. It's not all gray and murky, and the water, the beach water is blue, and there's you can see sea turtles, and there's chickens and cats, and there's so much biodiversity. It's so pretty, and the stars, they twinkle really brightly. The skies are so pretty, and you can see the sun, and all the flowers. There's so many different colors. And like you can pick coconuts or like guavas right from the bushes, or like even pineapple. Like it's crazy. When we were there, we saw 3 rainbows. We saw one when we were driving away from the airport when we first arrived. It was so pretty. Honestly, I just remember being like really tired because 3 o'clock there is 8 o'clock back in Texas. And so it's like jet lag is such a weird feeling. Like we literally went to bed at 8 every day. And I literally slept, when I got back to Texas, I slept for 13 hours straight. I've never done that in my life. But we saw one when we were going to one of the touristy towns. It's called Paia. And it's kind of in the middle of Maui where like all the grocery stores and like that one Costco and one Safeway is. A Safeway is basically Kroger. Honestly, there are so many stories and so many events that happen that it would make this episode so long. I've tried recording this multiple times. And it's kind of weird, but whenever I record, I want to get every single thing out that I can, and I want it to be perfect, but I know it's not possible. I can never capture the feeling that I had when I was in Hawaii, and how much fun it was, and the experiences, like tossing the guava back and forth on the campsite, and every time we'd scoot back, and we were like 100 feet back at one point, and like we had really bad aim, and oh my goodness, it was so nice. Or like eating ramen at like 10 o'clock and then having marshmallows after. Or playing volleyball at the beach. Sand is really soft and you kind of sink into it. And the sky is always so pretty. It's always doing something different. It's usually cloudy there, I feel like. But there's like rays of light, or there's so many pretty things. It wasn't perfect. There were a lot of tricky things. And there were a lot of messy things. Life is messy, but I wouldn't change it for the world, and I can't wait to go back one day. I'd like to end this episode with a quote. Relax, life is beautiful. David L. Wolper. So let's make some good decisions, and let's be kind, and enjoy our life while we have it. Thank you so much for watching, and I hope you have an awesome weekend. Peace out! Or should I say mahalo? And let's preserve these beauties for the world and future generations to see. The volcanoes, the flowers, the rocks, the beaches, everything. The turtles, the coral reefs. It's precious, just like each one of us. Thank you! Welcome to One Inspiring Word, where we share stories and speeches. This podcast is for you. Whether you are the happiest kid in the world or the loneliest senior citizen, you matter. What you say matters. For questions, comments, or concerns, my email is in the description down below. I'd also love to contact you, the listener, to hear what you think about One Inspiring Word and what's happening in your life.